Hi everyone, I'm here to help you prepare for when everything goes wrong. Now, first of all, let me tell you though, not everything goes wrong. Most of us who use OBS use it every day with zero problems. I rarely have problems, and I would say that's true for 99% of people using OBS. But stuff does go wrong, and the best way you can fix it is to be prepared. So let's talk about how to get prepared. Okay, so let's talk about how OBS actually works. So before OBS, you had your camera and it went directly into VIPkid. But over time, you like us thought, what else can I do? How can I do more? And OBS was the answer. So now your camera doesn't go to VIPkid. It goes straight to OBS, which then goes over to VIPkid. Now, this is really important because your camera can only be used by one thing. So if it's being used by OBS, it can't be used by VIPkid. So even though it looks like it's being used by VIPkid in your classroom, it's not. And this is really important when things go wrong and you need to switch your camera. So now we understand that, let's talk about what happens when the worst case scenario happens and you need to be done with OBS. You need to get out of it. You need to go back to using your camera and your good old-fashioned props and be done with your digital rewards. Okay, so here's what you do. First, you need to be prepared. So if you go into your webcam properties, and you can do that by double clicking on the source, you're going to have this little checkbox right here that says deactivate when not showing. What that means is if you go to another scene that does not have a camera, OBS stops using your camera. So for example, if I switch over to my welcome screen, my camera is not being used by OBS. So this is a really quick, easy way for you to switch to the VIPkid classroom. So step 1, switch scenes to a scene that does not use your webcam so that it deactivates. Step 2, go into VIPkid and switch your settings off of OBS and back to your actual camera. And that's it. Now you've got your camera and nothing else. Okay, so let's say that the world has not ended. You don't need to be out of OBS, but you do need to fix something in OBS. So for example, maybe your window capture isn't working correctly and it's not showing what you want it to show, but to fix it, it shows everything you do, right? Every time I click something, every time I open a menu and start fiddling with things, it starts showing all of that in my VIPkid classroom. You've got two options. So the first option is smile and press your Alt key. For the vast majority of us, the Alt key freezes your video and then you can just look really interested while you do some fiddling really quick. Now, if you're not sure that you can do it quickly, you've got one other option, and that's studio mode. So if you go down to your controls and you click on this little button called studio mode, there's going to be two of you. So on our left, we have preview, and on our right is program. So whatever shows in program is what you're going to see in your VIPkid classroom, and whatever you show in preview is what you're working on. So let's say that I want to switch over to my welcome screen again. So I press welcome, and then I have to click transition so that it switches them. So now my VIPkid classroom is showing my program. Now, over on the preview side, I can work on whatever I need to. So I can resize things, I can work on switching that window capture, anything that I do here. So if I'm like switching my background to show something a little different, all of this is happening and the student can't see. So usually I've got me still over in the program and I've got whatever I'm trying to work on with my window capture over here in the preview. So once I've got it all set, all I have to do is click transition and now we're back. So now we're good to go and the student didn't have to see any of my changes. Now I don't like studio mode very much, so I just click studio mode again and I'm back to good OBS, the exact way that I like it. Okay, another one that comes up really often is when your green screen isn't working correctly. So sometimes you might get a little funky. I definitely had the sun come up or forgotten to turn on a light and I'm like very see-through because my green screen is really confused and I need to fix that. So if it's fixable in the moment, I can go back and do that studio mode, or I can just call it quits on my green screen for the day. So instead of exiting out of OBS and having to switch over to your VIPkid camera, which does work, it doesn't get you set up for your next class. So what you can do is go to your webcam, right click and go to your filters, and then you can click these little eyeballs to hide, and now you can see my green screen. So whether it's I'm showing a prop or I need to show my home or just need the green screen and to not worry about the digital effects, they're gone, and then I can simply turn them back on when I'm ready and I'm good to go. The last thing that comes up a lot for us is the old classroom. The old classroom looks so different than the current VIPkid classroom, and it does work a lot differently. So when you get into the old classroom, make sure that you go into the settings and select the OBS camera. By default, it's likely going to go to your current camera. And if you remember, because OBS is using our camera, VIPkid can't use it. So you get like a gray screen or a black screen, and it's not going to work, and you're not going to understand why your student can't see you. Go into the settings, switch it to OBS. With the old classroom, just remember to have some patience. It's the old classroom for a reason. It's much easier on the internet for our students who are having problems with their internet or might be having some IT issues because it's a simpler classroom. But we also moved to the new classroom for a reason. The new classroom is so helpful and is a little more user-friendly. So now you know all the different ways that you can make your OBS change and a little bit different to get ready for when stuff just doesn't work. But remember, like I said, most of us never have problems. We just don't like to worry about the teacher IT. So remember to have your plan, and don't forget, don't panic. The worst thing you can do is be like, ah! Just keep teaching while you fix things. I know it takes a lot, so remember to practice beforehand. Practice makes perfect after all. I hope this has helped you prepare and feel really good about not getting a teacher IT. And let me know if you have questions. I love to help, and I'll see you soon.